We're getting live on YouTube. Just let me kill it real quick. See if that's any better. All right, that's much better. So Crystal is changing a diaper right now, but she will be over here in just a jiffy. Hopefully y'all can hear me on YouTube and Facebook, and y'all should be able to hear me just fine on Instagram. So we'll give people just a minute or two to jump on. I just got done doing a rushed workout. Normally I would be doing deadlifts today, but I don't have time to do deadlifts, so I might try and do deadlifts this weekend while in Kentucky. What's up from North Carolina? Down 52 pounds in 6 months on keto. That's awesome, Josh. Keep it up, man. All right, so let me get a sip of water here. All right, let's talk about the best macros for building muscle. All right, this is a topic that gets a lot of controversy around it. You do high protein, you do high fat, you do high carbs, yada, yada, yada. I'm not really going to speak in terms of carbs because it's been a long time since I've incorporated carbs. So I'm going to speak as it relates to the ketogenic diet. Now, within the realm of the ketogenic diet, you got some people that say you got to have a lot of protein. You got some people that say you got to have a lot of fat. There's all kinds of controversy out there. When it comes to building muscle, what's up, Keto Greg? When it comes to building muscle, you basically have to have a few boxes checked to build optimal muscle. You got to be in a caloric surplus. You don't have to be in a caloric surplus to build muscle, but to optimally build a muscle, you would be in a caloric surplus. You need to be eating enough protein. If you're not eating enough protein, you're not going to have the building blocks necessary to add more lean tissue, specifically muscle tissue. And with that caloric surplus, ideally, you need to have enough energy coming in to train hard, because you have to train hard to elicit enough of a stimulus and cause there to be a demand for adding more muscle tissue in the first place. So if you have no energy, you're not going to be able to train hard. You're not going to be able to hit PRs. You're not going to be able to implement progressive overload. You're not going to grow muscle. So you have to have enough energy coming in. Protein is not a great substrate for energy. It's just not. You can make energy through protein via gluconeogenesis, but it's not an efficient process. So for your energy demands, I do not recommend leaning on protein. That's where you have the option to either pick carbohydrates or fats. Again, since I'm speaking in terms of the ketogenic diet, I would opt for fats for that energy source. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you have to have enough training stimulus to elicit growth of more lean tissue. So you got to be training hard. You got to be training intensity. So to summarize, enough protein, enough calories, enough energy, ideally coming from dietary fat, and enough training stimulus to elicit muscle growth. Now, when you take all those three things into consideration, what is the best macro split for building muscle? So let's just keep carbs out of the equation. You can have trace carbs. Even when I'm in a building phase, my total carbs don't really ever exceed 20 or 30 grams total carbs. Same for Crystal. When it comes to protein, I weigh about 180 pounds right now. I've got about 150 pounds of lean mass. So on the lower end of the spectrum, I would have at least 150 grams of protein a day. However, since I'm in a building phase and trying to optimize for that, I'm not as worried about putting on a little bit of body fat. I'm going to push that envelope up a little bit. I'm going to consume closer to 180 grams, maybe 200 grams of protein. Maybe even I'll go crazy and have a couple of days of 225 grams of protein. That's all totally fine. I'm having that intake, between 180, 200 grams of protein on average. Like I said, I weigh 180 pounds, 150 pounds of lean mass roughly. So I'm taking in well over the 1 gram of protein per gram or per pound of lean mass, that generic equation. So I'm well over that. Now, when it comes to what are my fat macros meet or exceed my protein macros when in a building phase. So if I'm consuming 180 to 200 grams of protein a day, I'm likely consuming between 200 and 250 grams of fat a day. That's going to put me pretty close to that 3,000 calorie intake, which for me is at a slight surplus. So again, make sure you're consuming enough protein, enough calories, enough energy, ideally coming from fat, and enough training stimulus to elicit growth. If you're doing an aggressive protein intake of more than 1 gram per pound of lean mass, then do like 1.5 grams. That would be totally fine. And then that or greater in fat grams. So hopefully that answers the question there. Anything to add to that, baby? I can have it. All right. Drool on me, Raji.
Oh, wow.
Thanks for doing a live, even though travel is on the horizon. You bet you we're leaving tomorrow morning early for Kentucky.
Kansas.
We got some IG comments over there, but I can't see them.
Oh, we do, huh? All right. Let's see what we got. All right. What's up from North Carolina? Oh, you already read that one.
Read that one.
Hey.
Yo, Greg.
Hello.
Made it. What's up?
I thought you said you couldn't read those.
I just can't scroll.
Hey, for women, I am doing 180 fat, 30 carbs, 150 protein, calories 2340. It's really going to depend on you as an individual.
But just
honestly,
from the hip, I mean,
those look pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know what your stats are. I don't know what your weight is, what your lean mass is, what your body fat is. But I mean, those look pretty solid for a large demographic of females.
Yep, totally. So, as we don't know anything about, maybe you're an ultra marathon triathlete mega superstar, and maybe that wouldn't be enough, but it looks pretty solid from what we can tell.
This is Iowa red.
I think he accidentally hit himself. So you do total, not net. I've always been taught net. Maybe that's why I plateaued. Yeah, we do total. So the way I see it,
he got a black eye.
A little bit does. It's just a little red. He was just crying, and I think maybe he hit himself.
We beat our son.
Shut up! You can't say things like that. We don't do that.
People would actually take it seriously.
No, but you can't say those things on like a social platform.
Someone's gonna edit that out and put that on the internet somewhere.
Seriously.
We obviously do not beat our son.
Yeah, we love him, and he accidentally hit himself or something. I don't know who's just crying. Anywho, on with your net carbs. The way I see it is, if it's going in your mouth and it's going into your body and you're not regurgitating it, then your body has to do something with it. So why do we get this food for free? Why do we get fiber as a free thing? Your hormones have to respond to it. Your gut has to respond to it. Your everything has to respond.
And some people say, look, you're eating fiber, it's going to get converted to butyrate, so it's almost like a fatty acid in your digestive tract, so count it as a fat instead of fiber. Not get into the weeds on that, just count everything.
I've never heard someone say that. That's wild.
Really? Yeah.
Rachel has things to say tonight.
Things to say.
So anyways, I say, why do you get to eat that for free? Why do you get to eat sugar alcohols for free? Like that doesn't make sense to me. I feel like you should always, if you're going to count things, why not count everything that's going in your mouth? He is so cute. God bless him. Hey, Rob.
What's up, Lions? Fit for life, man. Great meeting you in New York City.
Great New York City meetup, he said. Mother of 3, 132 pounds in 40 years. Yeah, that was the one that gives the macros.
Yeah, I think it was pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably fine. It's still hard to tell because we don't know what's going on totally with your body, but those seem pretty solid.
All right, Radical Geek says, last live I was looking for a take on lengthening squat time. I found the IDO Portal 30-30 squat protocol, a deep squat for 30 minutes a day for 30 days. I held it for 30 minutes first time Saturday. So you're doing like ISO holds.
That's awful.
30 minutes of holding a squat sounds brutal.
30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes? First time. Yeah, that's insane. That would do something for sure. I don't know if I can hang with that.
Wow, I don't think I could do that. That is wild. Is normal, you will find out after the second one. Is normal. You will find out after the second one.
Will we find out?
I'm not sure. Hey, Rob. Great meeting you in New York City at the symposium. Great presentation and chat.
Thanks, sir.
Agreed.
I'm going to walk around the room real quick.
Am I not working out hard enough? Trying to gain muscle, and it feels kind of hard, but I love keto and low carb. So, yeah, I will say that a lot of the people who are out there saying like, look how fast I grew in 1 year, either they got newbie gains, and that's like the first year you start working out, you get a lot of gains, or they might be taking some extra curricular supplementation, and not being honest about it, which is a lot of times the case. If you're building muscle naturally, it takes a long time. What do you think the average muscle gain? Like if you're at the gym all the time, working out, eating right, what do you think the maximum?
If I put on like a pound or two a year.
I'll feed him. Yeah, exactly. A pound or two a year. That is not very much, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a lot as well. So it just takes time. It takes energy. You have to keep staying in a building season.
Whip that out right here.
Yeah.
Oh, me, but I'm not that appreciated. I mean, you are totally in this camera, you're not in this camera.
Oh, he's just right here.
All right, we got some Rated X.
Can't see anything.
I'm just messing, baby. Just messing. All right. Yes, it's stupid hard to get up. Yeah, that sounds.
Oh, brutal. I can only imagine.
I wouldn't be walking for a while. Yeah, it definitely takes time to build muscle. I've lost size because of losing weight from 210 to 185. Yeah, and if you lose a whole bunch of body fat, and you do an in-body, like say if you have a whole bunch of weight to lose, you do an in-body machine, you lose a bunch of weight, and it shows that you drop a ton of lean mass. Don't let that discourage you and make you feel like you've lost a whole bunch of muscle. You may have lost some, you probably lost some, but keep in mind, y'all, lean mass is not just muscle tissue. Lean mass is everything that is not fat tissue. So that's hair, bone, water, organs, everything. Everything that is not fat is lean mass. Ligaments, tendons, all that stuff.
Veins, blood.
And if you lose a whole bunch of body fat and you shrink your overall size, you're going to lose a lot more fluid retention. You're going to lose a lot of lean mass, but that doesn't necessarily equate to losing a ton of solid muscle tissue. All right, I had some keto sorbet with 45 total carbs and only one net carb due to allulose and erythritol. An hour later, my blood glucose was only 92. My fasting baseline was about 88. Yeah, allulose and erythritol generally are not considered high glycemic for most. Some people have a negative response to it, and they will see a spike in blood sugar, but a lot of people do not.
It's totally individualized on what your body responds to. Like some people do really bad on stevia, and a lot of people are like stevia is great. Stevia is the best one, but there's people who respond really badly to stevia. So that's why it's important to test yourself.
But think about it like this: 45 grams total carbs, erythritol and allulose.
That's what you're getting. One net carb, meaning there's like 1 gram of
real food in there.
Yeah.
So is that erythritol, allulose, 45 grams? Is that just like fairy dust that's sprinkled into your mouth and just disappears?
Yeah.
Probably not. Like a lot of people have gastric issues with it. A lot of people jump on the allulose train. They wind up spending the next several hours in the bathroom. So not my cup of tea.
To me, I don't know if they're talking about like net carbs versus total carbs, but to me, it's like even though like your blood glucose may not have spiked like crazy, your body still has to process it in one way or another. And to me, those things aren't usually worth it. Like I did have like we went to a conference that had an ice cream or something, and I enjoyed that. I thought it was really good. But like on the very, very, very rare occasion, do I actually eat something I didn't make myself that's a sweet treat? Because I usually don't find that it's beneficial for me to have those things. But we were at a keto conference. It was a keto ice cream, and I thought, heck, I'm going to enjoy a little bit of, allulose or whatever the heck's in it. But that's not a thing that I do. It's like, okay, maybe I do it once or twice a year.
Yeah, once in blue moon, no problemo. Once every night, probably not optimal. I was talking about the baby getting hit every 2 years thing.
Oh.
I'm trying to lose weight, or find out after 2 years. I'm trying to lose weight and have PCOS, 36-year-old female, 5 foot, 215 pounds. What would you suggest? Please, I'm desperate.
What is it?
PCOS, basically.
Oh.
So honestly, like a lot of people find benefit with PCOS and just simply going to the utmost extreme elimination style diet. A lot of people do hardcore carnivore for a while. make sure you're consuming enough fat. But like if you do a super
Calories.
ultra lean, high protein, no fat, no carbs, no calories, you are not going to help yourself hormonally. So make sure you're eating enough food first and foremost. If you're in a chronic deficit and you're eating 1,000 calories and you're suffering from PCOS, you're not going to feel good. But if you bump those calories up to a healthier maintenance intake, and then make sure you're getting enough fat and protein, then go from there. That's what I would recommend.
It is very, very helpful with PCOS to cut out caffeine, sugars, wheat, gluten, all of that kind of stuff. Cut out all the filler stuff. That's really, really going to help you a lot on that journey. Anything that is a stimulant really is best to cut out with PCOS.
But Nicole, I would recommend you follow the person that just jumped in on this live, which is the.ketogenic.nutritionist. That is Temple. She is a genius when it comes to all things female hormones, PCOS, all that stuff. So make sure you're following her on IG as well. She's got a great resource. It's just been the.ketogenic.nutritionist. That's
Sometimes
Temple.
when you're watching it, you can't see all the names that pop up.
Oh, yeah. Follow her for show. Oh my gosh, I love that you're breastfeeding on live. Feed that baby. Yeah, feed the baby.
Robert.
Hello, Savage Crew. What's up? Thank you. I have PCOS. Keto is the best. Berberine, Mayo, and Inositol. So yeah, people use berberine to help regulate blood sugar and keep that baseline lower. I've not really experimented with that a ton because I've got really low baseline blood sugars anyways, but some people swear by berberine. So yeah, I would just say, I think that is definitely one of those things that is going to be highly individualized. So just try it, get some baseline tests, use a CGM if you want, but see if that helps a lot with blood sugar regulation. Follow, thank you. You betcha. All right, quick question from TC's Life. I'm going to be at Ketopalooza. Can you use the ice packs you sent my bricks in back? I think they're asking if we want them back.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's what you're asking. But no, we don't need them back. We've got a jillion of them. Feel free to keep using them. They are totally reusable, so you could use them, put them in lunches, camping trips, whatever. But yeah, we don't need them back. Thank you, though.
Thank you, though.
Appreciate that. What else we got cooking? Anything else on the horizon that we want to talk about? We don't have a topic for next week, do we?
Nope.
No, we need a topic for next week. We're going to be in Ketopalooza this weekend, and we're going to be returning on Monday. And then I think that's all the conferences we have this week, or this year.
Yeah.
Which I love the conferences, but I'm traveled out. But I'm not done traveling. I still got travels.
We're not done traveling. We're still traveling a ton.
Yeah.
But this is the last keto conference, so that's kind of nice to have it all under our belt.
First time trying the keto brick. What's the lifespan in the fridge or freezer? Well, hopefully you love the keto brick, Amy.
Yeah.
If you have it in the fridge or freezer, shoot. I would honestly say that's going to be good for years. We have to put a shelf life recommendation on the website, so we say a year.
We say a year and a half.
Year and a half. But I've eaten bricks that are well over a year, and they are certainly going to retain their flavor and texture and taste much more if you do keep them chilled, if you're keeping them for that long. So you stick them in the freezer, fridge, you're doing the right thing for show. Faux show. All right, what else we got? Rigel's a little hellion right now.
He's just a little hungry muffin.
Hungry muffin? What was that? So here's a question for y'all.
He's upset. He wants more.
He's got this button-up shirt thing, but it buttons up in the back. And I thought that was like a Henley, kind of, like the buttons in the front. So I put that on the front, and Crystal made fun of me because she's like, that's the back of the shirt.
Yeah, I was like, that's the back of the shirt. And he's like, why would buttons go on the back of the shirt?
Yeah, whoever put
But it's because babies' heads are big.
Yeah. All right. I love them. I ordered the nootropic icing. The nootropic icing flavor. Can't wait to try it. I'm only doing bricks made with whey protein. Very nice. Hopefully you love the others. We have a lot of our flavors are sold out right now, but we're making more. We're actually going to have more toasted almond coconut back on the website tomorrow. So for all of you wanting toasted almond coconut, I apologize, they've been sold out. They're going to be back up tomorrow. We're going to be making more cookies and coconut next week. So we'll have those back ASAP. Yep, the back. Yep, the back.
Yeah, the back of the shirt.
Oh yeah. Sweet. All right, y'all. We're gonna call it a day.
Wait,
We
we
have
need a topic for next week.
a topic for next week. What's the topic for next week, y'all? Throw it at us. Lay it on us. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Open to suggestions.
Let me know.
You got any suggestions?
No. What are you even looking at?
A scratch on your eye where he scratched you?
Yeah, Brian just scratched me. Got a good old scratch right there.
Good old scratch right there.
Let's see. Topics for next week. Gosh darn, I feel like we talked about a little bit of everything.
Rosetta's Mix joined. What's up, Rosetta? Loves meeting you. Excited to chat with you on the podcast. Yeah, good stuff. Y'all definitely ought to come out here and check out the compound, check out the kitchen, check out our operation here. I feel like we can save you some headaches. Do you remember the name of that horizontal flow wrapper that we use? They're still doing the little
heat seal.
Heat seal thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you got to get
It's
yourself.
gonna
You got to get
a
yourself a
life
horizontal
changer.
flow wrap. No,
Yeah.
not a horizontal flow wrap. That's not what it's called. It's called a continuous bag sealer. Continuous bag sealer.
Oh, the one that that would be really
I think I may have
helpful.
told you it was flow wrapper at the conference. That's what we have now.
Yeah.
But what you need next is a continuous bag sealer.
Yep.
Hey guys, it's been a while since I've listened to a live on mine. Congratulations on everything and your little one. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We are very blessed to have this little munchkin. It was such a fun weekend. Would love to connect. Always, always. All right, y'all. We don't have any topics
Well,
for
we'll
next
just
week.
think of a topic, I guess. I'll put something in my story.
Yeah, we'll think of something. All right, y'all. Until next week, y'all take care. Toodaloo. Love ya. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Adios.